we see Sheldon Starcher making his way to the cage here, coming into a West Virginia favorite, Country Roads. Now this is an interesting fight. This will be the first time I've seen Sheldon kickbox. Usually we've seen him in MMA, where his striking has looked very solid. In fact, even in that last match where he lost to Luke Markin, he was doing good work on the feet. He just didn't have an answer for the takedowns and the grappling.
That's always been Sheldon's Achilles heel, and Preston as well. Sheldon, though, in one of his most recent wins, had one of the most sneaky high kick finishes I think we've ever seen at New Line Cagefighting. There are moments where Sheldon looks super high level, like flashes of greatness that we've seen from him. I'm really excited to see him kickboxing because I think that's his wheelhouse.
I agree. Like I said, he's long, straight punches. Looks like a very technical striker. He's got a long build for this weight class.
5'11" at 130. Is this? Let's see. We're either at 135 or 145.
We are going to
145.
Still though, 5'11" at 145.
Yeah.
That's tall and long for this weight class. And the big thing I think Sheldon could use work on, he's super slick with his kicks, but I think he's got to work on his boxing a little bit.
I would agree. Although we did see him tying together some nice straight punches in that Luke Martin fight, and even honestly against Chase Thomas, a fight that he did ultimately end up on the losing end of, but he looked very solid in that fight.
I think that's what gives him a tendency to get taken down, though, the most in MMA, is he overthrows his punches.
I would agree.
He doesn't do that with his kicks. And typically that's how you see guys get taken down.
Now we see Steiner making his way to the cage here. Appears to be training out of hybrid.
Those guys are always so solid. Training under Sean Stefanik, who is in our main event of the evening tonight. Steiner, they'll be making his debut tonight in kickboxing.
Yes, as will Starcher. So this will be an interesting match.
And to have a coach like Sean Stefanik, you got to feel pretty confident in your kickboxing pedigree. This guy was a multiple-time world champion, traditional martial artist, so you're going to probably see some excellent kicks from Steiner as well.
This will be a featherweight kickboxing, 145 pounds, 3 rounds, 2 minutes. We have kickboxing out of the blue side of the octagon, coming in at 0 wins, 0 losses, in the black shorts, Sheldon Starcher. His kickboxing opponent, kickboxing out of the red side of the octagon, coming in also at 0 wins, 0 losses, wearing the red trunks with the black stripe at the bottom, Nate Steiner.
And we see both of these gentlemen rocking the rugby-style headgear, which seems to have a tendency to work a little bit better than the traditional boxing style.
I think the Starcher brothers have made such an excellent choice committing training at Category 5 there in Hurricane. They've got a great team around them now.
Saw a good leg kick there by Starcher, but he did get back into the cage.
Steiner put a nice combination together there.
Yeah, there it is. Take those hooks.
Nice sneaky front kick up the middle by Starcher.
We do see a little bit more of that traditional martial arts style. A lot of good front foot attacks coming from Steiner. Oh, but he's putting himself in jeopardy of some of the punches here as Starcher.
Starcher really sitting down on those shots too, looking to land something big.
Oh, that was a good fake, the high kick into a right hand that time by Starcher.
Nice job ducking right under that right hook from Starcher by Steiner. Starcher should have such a good reach advantage here. He's a lot longer, man.
And we see that there with that straight left hand, which is one of the things that can start to frustrate somebody who plays off the front foot. As a shorter guy who used to play off the front foot a lot, but we see a nice little blitz there by Steiner, but Nothing really ever able to connect that
Oh,
cleanly.
there's that sneaky high kick that we saw him finish that fight with.
Ooh, and a right uppercut left hook just
And
misses.
as we see, he tends to overthrow with his punches. The kicks are so sneaky, but the punches he loads up.
Nice lead leg high kick there by Steiner. We see Starcher switching stances pretty effectively. Seems pretty equally comfortable to fight out of the southpaw and orthodox stances both.
I truly think Sheldon Starcher has one of the best high kicks on the NLC roster.
It's a good leg kick there by Starcher.
Now Eric Kuhn
Oh,
calling for a question mark kick from Starcher. And the wheel kick whiffs. Steiner gets out of the way of that dangerous.
relatively close round, but I do believe Starcher was able to put together better offense and probably came out ahead in that one.
I think
but
he stayed
close
a little
competitive.
more active. He landed a little more often. But Steiner is still very much in this fight.
And we saw Steiner having good effectiveness when he was putting together those kind of karate blitz style, using a lot of pressure to put Sheldon on his back foot and set him towards the cage. And you heard that coming advice. I believe that was coming from Eric Kuhn, telling Starcher to keep Steiner on that back foot a little bit more.
And you see Eric Kuhn very prepared. He's got not one bag of ice, but two.
That's high-level coaching.
He should have shared some of it with that other coach. Would have been excellent in that last fight. So, if you're Sean Stefanik and the corner of Steiner, what do you tell him here? What adjustments need to be made?
I think good setups off that front foot. I would play a little bit more with that side kick to try to take away some of the danger of the straight punches from Starcher. Try to get that foot in between you two and see if you can stab into that body when Starcher's trying to get pressure. That's really the way that traditional martial artists traditionally will deal with forward pressure, is with either that front leg side kick or perhaps spinning back kicks. But we didn't see any of those coming out of him, so I think it seems to be playing more of that side kick and round game with his front leg quite a bit. And some nice forward blitzes. I would say put together more of those forward blitzes.
He's got to figure out a way inside on Starcher, who's so long. You can't sit on his kicking range. There it is. That's what he needs. In and out movement just like that. And
that was that nice side kick.
Good work, doing exactly what you called for.
Believe it or not, I used to be a very good, short, fat Taekwondo guy once upon a time. Good kick to the body. Oh, and he sets it up to the head as well. Good dexterity in that lead leg. You see that classic martial arts training coming in.
Excellent sneaky body kick right up the middle by Steiner.
And in fact, he backed him up a bit with that. He got Preston to take some of the pressure off for a second. Or Sheldon, excuse me.
Much, much better round so far from Steiner. Big low kick.
Your pressure kills it.
Eric Kuhn, the corner of Starcher, calling for more pressure, trying to get Steiner on his back foot here.
And it seems like Steiner made some adjustments to deal
Beautiful
with that pressure.
work
Nice
from
right
Steiner.
hand again, and a left hand behind it.
Puts together 4 punches that land.
Ooh, and he slides just out of the way of that head kick, but he eats
And
another.
there's a beautiful side kick.
That's exactly what I mean on the outside, intercepting attacks with that side kick on the hip.
And Eric Kuhn stands up and says, no point, like this is a karate tournament.
Hey, we need to own this shit right now.
Starcher with a
That's
nice.
excellent side kick again.
And he's using this similar angle when he sets up that front foot side kick as he is when he sets up the front foot head kick. So whenever he gets that pressure read, he's sticking it out as a side kick, and when he doesn't, he's throwing it as that kick to the body.
Bait him up. Hey, hands up. Let's get to moving. We need
And-
more this round, son.
That's the first clean shot that Sheldon's landed this round.
Yeah, and that was a close head kick there, but
And
we see Steiner use it to get inside.
Steiner punishes him for it, which is exactly what he needs to be doing.
That round, we saw kind of a reversal of fortunes there. I believe that round.
For sure. I think it's 1-1 now. We got 1 to go, so this is it. This is for all the marbles here.
I agree. Good fight. Good adjustments in between round by both gentlemen. You saw Kuhn calling for more of the pressure, which Steiner was having trouble dealing with, but we saw Steiner make the adjustments and deal with the pressure well.
That was beautiful. Beautiful job by Steiner to make some changes and come out with the perfect game plan, perfect plan of attack. He turned this fight around. Let's see if he can keep it going.
And as a debut fighter, that's pretty impressive.
So now it's Starcher's job. He's got to change things. If you're his coach, if you're Eric Kuhn right now, what are you telling him?
I think I'm telling him to stay on the outside a little bit more. I think the pressure is a good idea, but it's got to be pressure at distance. It's got to be that kind of that Sean Strickland pressure where it's not volume pressure, it's defensive footwork forward pressure. You got to get Steiner to bite on some things from the outside and then use that to get inside. You got to get him to bite and throw that side kick when you're just out of reach. You got to get him to bite and throw that lead leg head kick when you're just out of reach, and then come in behind it with straight punches.
I think Starcher needs to start putting combinations together with his hands as well.
I agree. I think he was headhunting a bit there. I think he's maybe looking for another one of those clean head kick knockouts, but I think he's going to have trouble finding it here with the traditional martial artist. But he did come close on a few of those, so it's not something he should completely abandon, but I would like to see a few more straight punches out of Starcher this round.
And here we go, start of round 3. I think it's 1-1, so here we go. Let's see who wants it more right here. Who's got the better battle plan?
Own this round. Own it.
Nice body kick backs Starcher off again. And a nice leg kick on the exit.
There you go.
Beautiful 1-2 from Starcher.
Yeah, and that was exactly what I was talking about. He was able to stay just at that end of the kicking distance and land those straight punches.
And with that southpaw stance, I'd like to see more of that straight left. Crow cop style. Body kick,
and a
high
side kick from Starcher there.
Straight left.
Get that jab going.
But now he's back to orthodox.
Those leg kicks are points. They add up.
Eric Kuhn in the corner
We need to get on.
calling for more low kicks. Oh, man, Starcher was trying to punish him, but he got caught with, I think, the bigger shot of that combination.
I agree. Steiner doing a good job keeping his elbows inside and throwing straight punches on those exchanges.
And another right hand left hook for Steiner.
Steiner seems to have found a little bit more confidence this round than he had in the first round as well.
After the second round like he had, no wonder.
We need to land clean. Let those hands go.
We're halfway here through this final round.
Right there.
So far seems to be going Steiner's way.
Fade it out. Come on, fast hand. There we go. Come on. Make it buy. Make him buy that shit. Knee. Put it back. Pressure forward. Go, go, go. Own the round. You need to own it.
You see, Steiner's doing a good job of making Starcher miss.
Starcher landed a nice right hand to the body, it sounded like there. They trade inside kicks.
Starcher just shook his leg a little there after that one.
Yeah, he seemed to get hit on the inside of the leg as he was throwing that outside right leg kick.
Oh,
And
nice
a nice
straight right.
side kick, though, at the same time.
There's another side kick, keeping him at bay. Excellent job managing distance from the smaller man.
I agree. And you have that luxury whenever you can play off that front foot like that. Oh, we saw a nice wheel kick look. Oh, but a high kick by Starcher and a right hand by Steiner.
That
What a beautiful fight.
Tough third round to
That's a
score
tough
as
third
well.
round to score. And obviously I'm sitting here commentating, not officially judging, but I think it slightly edged the Steiner, but Starcher did good work in that third round as well. I wouldn't be shocked to see this decision go either way. Good tough fight by both guys. Good adjustments made.
Starcher had a strong first round, but then I think Steiner had the strongest round of the fight in that second round. Excellent work from him there.
And we saw him using that front foot kick to the body to both the side kick and the round kick to keep that distance. And you see that's kind of the difference between that traditional martial arts style of leading with the foot first and the hip turning over last, as opposed to what we saw in the last fight where we saw Greg Duvant using that big tie style where you generate a lot of power and the hip goes first and the foot follows through.
We go talk to the winner here.
We see him passing over the West Virginia state flag. As a Morgantown native myself, I'm happy to see that always. Very tightly contested, well-matched fight. Beautiful work by both guys.
Let's give these two kickboxers another round of applause. Our judges a unanimous decision. 29-28 for your winner, Nate Steiner!
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my man Nate Steiner! My friend, that was such a beautiful, intelligent performance. The first round we thought you were down. You came out looking like a different man in that second round. Tell me, what adjustments did you make there?
Had to wake up a little bit, realize I was the main fight tonight, got real excited. Shout out Hyper Martial Arts, shout out Jacob Howard, Fernando, Joseph Warning, right there on the card. They give me the strength. Let's go, boys.
That's something I wanted to talk to you about. You're the first hybrid guy I've spoken to tonight. Great win. Great way to start off the card for your team. What's it like fighting on the same card tonight as your coach?
It's so energizing. It's great for Lexington. It's great for everybody in the state of Kentucky. Thank you all for coming out. My family.
Let's go, best one in the world! Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nate Steiner!